Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Kottabos Space Program, where today we are having a look at another wonderful mod, this time in the form of Air Race, being made by forum user Alpha Ash. And what this glorious little piece of work adds into the game is 2 air racing tracks for you to have a fun activity to use with your planes, and that is just pretty awesome. Now, it adds in these tracks by using the kerbinside mod, and in fact this is sort of an official add-on to kerbinside, and it is just wonderful, because I'm already a huge fan of the kerbinside mod. We looked at it quite a while ago on a video, and it still remains to this day as one of my top must-have mods for this game. And so seeing additions to it, nice little add-on packs, is just wonderful. And now if you don't want the entirety of kerbinside, this does have its own standalone sort of download that installs kerbinside, but only with the air race tracks and none of the other bits. Now, I've installed it with all the other bits because of the 2 race tracks that this adds into the game for you to fly around. The first one is here at the Kottabos Space Center, and you can kind of see it off in the horizon there, and it's quite a long and pretty cool track. And then the second track that it adds in is over by the Black Crags Air Base that is added to the game by the kerbinside mod. So I've installed the whole shebang so we can go take a look at both tracks, and I love the idea of having air race tracks in this game. Now, you know I'm an awful pilot, but still, having another activity to do with my planes besides just randomly flying around or going to space or trying to land on that damnable island over there, it's very cool to be able to attempt a race in some form. And I think it'd be quite cool to see these on people's YouTube channels, see who could do the fastest times. I think that'd be quite a fun little addition to the game. But enough talking, let's go and check out this racetrack with a crappy little Aris variant that I made by just slapping on a slightly bigger jet engine onto the Aris 3A. Hopefully Valentina can help me keep this thing under control, because again, as you all know, I'm a crap pilot. So let's go and have a gander at the track. Now, I am not even going to attempt to actually fly through and between all of the different racing pylons because, well, that will certainly be the death of us. So we are just gonna kind of fly easily over the track so that you guys can see it and hopefully get some fun ideas for yourself to then go and properly fly this thing. Now, once you turn from the runway over to the left, you will see this starting gate here. And yeah, you just start your race by going through it. Now, of course, there isn't actually an official sort of race start. There's no timer besides any timer that you might add in yourself. It's just a fun little thing, and you'd fly along between these different pylons, following the arrows for guidance. And one fun thing, let's actually clip one of these pylons. A fun thing, especially for crap pilots like me, the pylons won't kill you. You can fly right through them, which makes sense because in actual air races, they are inflatable so as they do not cause crashes, which is kind of a smart idea when you're flying planes at low altitudes at very, very high speeds. So it was quite a nice little addition to make those, I guess, not have any colliders here in the game, which is quite cool. And a fun bit for this being added into the game, which I didn't really talk about before, because of course with kerbinside, there are tools for making your own bases in the game as well. We've looked at those in videos in the past, and imagine having these at your disposal. You could now create your own air race tracks to have just as much fun and try and make really difficult courses. Perhaps go build a racetrack on Eve, which might be quite interesting and entertaining. For right now, there are only just a handful of pieces. You have the start and stop gates, these pylons, the arrows over here, but they are hoping to add in more signals, more obstacles, as well as, of course, just more tracks overall in the future. But for now, we've just got a couple of simple parts and 2 pre-built racetracks, and those handful of parts for you to then go and build your own, which is pretty cool. Now, these pylons themselves are actually at quite a high altitude. It's about, I'd say, 200 meters tall or so, maybe. Yeah, about, well, 175-ish. I would say, probably, from that height. And there does appear to be two sizes. We seem to have large ones and small ones. Now, that might just be a function of some sort of scaling, but that would be nice if it was different sizes. Now, hopefully, it would be cool to see perhaps arches. I have seen air races with inflatable arches before, so that'd be quite cool to add those in. And as I said, they are looking to add more signs, more obstacles, and more glorious tracks in time, so that should be good. And we are about to hit the finish line for this particular racetrack over at the Kerbal Space Center. No real official names for these tracks as of yet, at least none that I've seen, so you could always make up your own. And yes, here we go. We will go through the finish gate, even though technically I didn't really even start the race properly, as we've gone through none of these pylons properly. And there we go, we have finished our non-existent race. So, let's revert our flight back to the... Oh god, it's going to take us back to launch, isn't it? Well, we'll revert back to launch, and then go to the space plane hangar. Can we... Oh, no, we can't go from there, so let's just... Oh god, I didn't mean to hit settings. Whoops. Recover our vessel. There we go. And we'll have to go to the space plane hangar, I believe. Oh, actually, let me check this real quick. I always forget if I can launch from here or not. Let's select this. Nope, let's just start from the space plane hangar. I always forget how to launch ships in this, which you'd think I'd remember with how often I install this mod and things. So let's grab our plane. Select Black Crag from our runway list here, which should be right there. Excellent. Launch, and we'll take a look at the second track. Now, this is my favorite of the two. The Kerbal Space Center one is, I would say, the starter track because it's nice, flat, and on the ocean. This one is in the mountains. And, of course, I do have my terrain scattering on, so we have trees on the runway. Oh, God. Okay, let's take off. And... away we go! Oh, I have Jebediah this time. I wanted to keep with Valentina. I forgot to change the pilot. Oh, well, what are you gonna do? But yes, with this one, similarly to the Kerbal Space Center, you just have to take off and then turn to the left, and you will come up on the starting sign for the race, which you just gotta fly through. Oh god, fly through. There we go. Oh boy, this is in the mountains. I'm gonna die if I try and fly these pylons properly. Oh, I probably would have died flying them on the ocean, so the mountains just add that extra little bit of difficulty. Ooh, God, lift the nose. Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah, I'm not even going to try and attempt the pylons here, but just to give you guys an idea of the course, I love this one. Just being in the mountains is very, very cool, and if you were a skilled pilot, this would be quite the epic little flight through here to try and keep inside of those pylons, because, of course... as per racing, or air racing rules rather, you do have to go between the pylons and at the altitude, or under the highest point of the tip of them. So that is definitely a challenge. One I am not set to take, because I am awful. Oh god, we're gonna crash. We crashed. Yes, we crashed. Okay. I'm gonna bring you guys back at about this point, and we'll continue the rest of the race. Oh god. I told you I suck at flying. You all should know this by now. So let's just revert to launch, and yeah, see you guys in a sec. Okay, so we're coming up on my previous death point, and let's just give ourselves a wider berth that go around. And there we go, we then crest over the mountain, and you make your way down it in almost a slalom nature, sort of going back and forth. Very cool indeed. I do enjoy it. So much more interesting than the water raceway. But then again, I mean, you know, time trialing would be quite cool on the ocean one, and then this one for the more excitement factor. Again, would be very cool to see other people doing these and trying to get, like, best times that they could. And, of course, as I said, would be awesome to see other people building tracks for this, as it is possible with a variety of tools, which, again, we have looked at on these videos in the past. And, yeah, just a very fun little addition. And, oh, man, imagine this on, like, a multiplayer server, if that was possible. That would be quite cool, if possible at all. But yes, that is the Air Race add-on pack for Kerbinside. A very, very fun, cool addition for the game. And oh boy, I just thought about this. We checked out the Blackout, or the G Effect mod in the last episode. Imagine that with the racing. Oh, that'd be cool. You'd be just getting darker and red screens all over the place. That would be quite fun. And I would crash even more. That's not difficult for me to achieve. So yes, if you would like to check out this mod for yourself, you can check out the link in the description. Now, I'll link you directly to the Kerbal Stuff page for this, because it is a standalone download. So if you don't have kerbinside installed, this will install kerbinside, but only what is necessary for the air races. So the air races will be all you get added on, but I'll also include the kerbinside link in there as well, so if you would like, you can download the entire full kerbinside pack and have all the various bases, such as the Black Crag runway over here, so you can more easily get to this race course, which, oh yeah, I should probably show you on the map where this is. So if you don't have Black Crag installed, let us take a look at the map over here. So basically opposite of the Kerbal Space Center. So quite a nice, cool little track in this mountain range. Very cool mod. Go and give it a try, and I hope you do enjoy it. If, of course, you do give it a download, and I do hope you have enjoyed this video, and that you come back for the next. But until then, thank you for watching, my friends, and as always, have a good one. Now I'm going to try and race this thing for real and probably explode about 30 seconds in. Later!